Are you thinking of going to Cuba this year? You are going to love it. Why? Oh, let me count the ways. First, the Cuban people are great. I found everyone to be incredibly warm and welcoming. As you may have heard, relations haven't always been totally cordial between the U.S. and Cuba, but the times they are a-changin'. Today, the hot new look in Havana is anything red, white, and blue. Vintage cars come in every color of the rainbow and will make you feel like you're in a time warp. There are far more than I ever imagined, around 60,000 I'm told. Most are ordinary taxis or everyday transportation for locals. They've kept them going with homemade and bootleg parts ever since the U.S. and Cuba broke off relations in 1961. There were relics of Cuba's Soviet era too, like this Moscovich taxi that nearly asphyxiated me with exhaust fumes. Paying for a taxi or anything else requires grappling with the country's two currencies, both of which are called pesos. I know. What were they thinking? The Cuban peso, or cup, is used by locals for daily purchases. The new convertible peso, or cup, is tied to the U.S. dollar and is worth 25 times as much as the Cuban peso. Check your change carefully to make sure you're getting the right one. And by the way, American credit cards aren't accepted anywhere in Cuba. But the best things in life are free, and music is everywhere. The whole country seems to have a soundtrack with a hot Latin beat. And where there's music, there's dancing. People valiantly tried to teach me the rumba and the cha-cha, and I did my best, but even the little kids could dance circles around me. I did notice that my dancing got a lot better when I added a dash of rum to my rumba. Or maybe I just thought it did. Mojitos and other rum cocktails are wildly popular with visitors, but most locals take their rum neat. You might want to do the same. Cuba's water isn't totally unsafe, but often the old pipes contain lead and other undesirable elements. Even rum can't kill all the dicey stuff, so you're better off avoiding tap water and ice completely. And speaking of health hazards, you may be thinking about smoking one of the famous Cuban cigars. I managed to avoid lighting up, but you go right ahead if you want to. And by the way, looking for a bargain? Guys on the street will sell you slightly imperfect cigars. They're half the price and twice the adventure. Cuba's city streets are lively. I spent hours every day just walking around, gawking at the endless parade of pedestrians, dancers, musicians, vintage cars, pedicabs, horses, mules, dogs with attitude. And it's all set against a backdrop of those gorgeous old buildings. The Cubans love bold, eye-popping colors, the kind that give stately colonial buildings a dash of pizzazz and make even bland modern houses look sensational. The countryside is fabulous, but in a totally different way. I visited a cattle ranch and met the cowboys who work it, roping steers and rounding up the herd just like in the Old West. You'll see horses and mules everywhere in Cuba, not just on ranches, but on city streets and country lanes. People use them to get around, haul stuff, even drop by their favorite snack bar. Cubans do a lot of things the old-fashioned way. For instance, when was the last time you rode a bike somewhere to use a payphone? Cuba only got the internet service in 2015, and Wi-Fi is strictly limited to specific public places, mostly parks and plazas. If you're used to managing your business and social life 24/7, get ready for some serious downshifting. Personally, I loved being disconnected for a week and a half, and when I did reconnect, nothing much had changed, I kid you not. I had a great time in Cuba, and I suspect you will too. Getting there can be a bit tricky, so start doing your research now. To help you get started, I posted some practical essentials about visas, Wi-Fi, shopping, and more on my blog, enjoylivingabroad.com. This is Karen McCann saying adios, gracias for listening, and see you in Havana.